I guess just talk a little bit more about your relationship with Jordan Brand, because obviously you built a long-standing relationship with him over that time, and then obviously we're both from Baltimore, so like a lot of your pieces, you work with Carmelo a lot.
Yeah.
Just talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. So we started working with Jordan in like 2014. So it's been 7 years, and I started with the company that I had started with my old partner, and I have since I left a number of years ago and started Falcon, my own company by myself. Again, primarily because I was actually in the process of making Unbanned,
Mm-hmm.
which is about the origins and evolution of the Air Jordan 1,
Right.
essentially, and the cultural revolution that happened in its wake, really. But in the process of making that movie, and it was the first feature I'd done as a director, and first doc I'd ever done. But in the process of making that movie, I was having all these like really, really like deep and meaningful conversations about culture and sneakers, of course, but even beyond that, like,
Mm-hmm.
and 90% of it, because most people that are in the film are in there for a couple of minutes total,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of people in it, and it's just how it sort of came together. But each of those people I spent an hour or more with in most cases, and they're in there for 2 or 3 minutes. So the other 97, or the other whatever 57 minutes of the conversation was like about a lot of other stuff that
Yeah.
wasn't appropriate for a sneaker doc, but was amazing conversations and experiences. And like, very specifically, I did this interview with Lena Waithe, and we were supposed to have 30 minutes, and we ended up spending like 2.5 hours together,
Wow.
and on camera. And I walked out of there, and the world just sort of looked a little bit different to
Mm.
me. It just had shifted a little bit. Like, we were talking about the connection between sneakers and worth and the Black community and slavery. Like,
Yeah.
all a lot of her ideas. Like, I wasn't pushing to take it there. It was just more of like they were her thoughts. I mean, and she's very profound in her thinking on a lot of things, but
Mm-hmm.
it really just it just shifted my worldview,
Yeah.
a little bit, but enough to be pretty significant. And I got in the car and was riding home. I wasn't driving, I was riding. And I'm sitting within it, and I'm just like, fuck, man, like, just really fulfilled and inspired, and like even more like, all right, like, this film's going to be something special.
Yeah.
And I looked down at my phone, and I got this notice from Instagram, and it was a video that my company had posted. And I looked at it, and it was this like cell phone ad, and and I'm like,
It
and it
didn't
was like,
line up.
dude, yeah.
It didn't
Not
line
only
up.
did it not line up, like, like, I was so viscerally hit by it, and it was
Mm.
fine for what it was, like, whatever. But
Yeah.
in the space that I was in that moment, and
Yeah.
then these people are like, "Ooh, let's buy cell phones," and I'm like,
Right.
"What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do that anymore. And like,
Yeah.
it wasn't my piece. I wasn't even involved in it, but it had my name on it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
if my company's doing it, that's part of my brand. That's part of
Right.
what I do. And I was just like, I can't do that anymore at
Yeah.
all. Like,
Yeah.
all I want to do is what I just did
Right.
earlier tonight. Right.
Yeah.
That's what woke me up in the middle of the night all those years ago. That's why my path has gone the way that it has. Like, this is where I need to be. This is what I was put on earth to do, not that.
Right.
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 And so, like, I called my business partner at the time. I was like, dude, we're not doing that anymore. And he's like, what? Like, we're making
Yeah.
good money. We're
Right.
doing
Right.
this.
Yeah.
Everything's going well. Like, what are you talking about? Like, maybe you're just having, you're in your feelings and you're having a mood and a moment or whatever. But like, let's talk tomorrow when you're back out of
Yeah.
it. But I woke up and was like, genie's out of the bottle, man. Like, I
Yeah.
can't put it back in, and
Yeah.
that went on for months, but I was really clear of like, all right, my mission in life is got to align with what I'm doing on a daily basis. And I cannot disconnect those two things. I want to make movies and TV shows and advertising that like really fucking matters. And I don't want to do anything else. And that was it. And, you know, he wanted to keep doing what he was doing, and nothing wrong with that. And he does really well, and super talented dude. But it just wasn't for me. So I was like, all right, well then I'm just going to go and do my thing. Back to your point, I started my own company. I took Jordan with me because I was really, you know, the guy that they worked with. Yeah. And the, you know, the small team around it was, you know, was really what I was focused on. So took that and Nike, and that was it at the time. You know, didn't have a body of work other than what we had done for them. And, you know, didn't have anything else, but was like, I can wing in a prayer and an intention and this piece of business, and that'll be that. And that's what we did. So